In a world full of noise, where distractions and challenges seem endless, how can you remain firm, serene, and wise? How can you become someone who not only survives, but thrives amidst the chaos? The answer lies in the wisdom of the ancient Stoics, who, for centuries, have passed down the keys not just to overcoming life's challenges, but to becoming the wisest of all. Today, I invite you on a deep journey, an inward journey, where together we will explore 9 Stoic principles that will not only help you navigate life with wisdom, but also transform you into a person of unbreakable strength, enviable serenity, and sharp intelligence. Stay with me until the end, because every lesson we share today is an essential piece to unlocking a life of peace, power, and purpose. Before we begin, I invite you to follow us and activate the bell if you value the knowledge and wisdom we share. By doing so, you'll always be up to date with new reflections that can transform your life. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Don't talk about your challenges. The Stoic secret to turning trials into triumphs. Today, we dive into a key Stoic principle that can transform how you handle life's difficulties. Don't talk about your challenges. You might be thinking, wait, shouldn't I vent to my friends when I'm going through a hard time? And yes, venting can be helpful in moderation, but the Stoics offer a different perspective, one that emphasizes inner strength, resilience, and focusing on what we can control. The Stoics believed that life is full of challenges, from minor inconveniences to major setbacks. It's part of the human experience. But they also believed that our response to these challenges is what truly matters. Instead of complaining or focusing on our problems, we should focus on finding solutions and cultivating inner strength. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor and philosopher, wisely said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The Stoics saw challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to grow and improve. What does this mean for us in the real world? It means that instead of constantly talking about our problems, we should focus on acting to overcome them. It means cultivating a quiet strength and resilience, even in the face of adversity. Think of it this way: complaining about a difficult project at work won't make the project any easier. In fact, it might make it seem even more overwhelming. But if you focus on breaking the project down into smaller tasks, setting achievable goals, and taking consistent action, you'll not only make progress, but also build your confidence and resilience. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of perspective. When we're caught up in our challenges, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. But by stepping back and looking at our problems from a different angle, we can often find new solutions or realize that things aren't as bad as they seem. Imagine you're stuck in traffic and feeling frustrated. Instead of complaining about the delay, try using that time to listen to an inspiring podcast, practice mindfulness, or simply enjoy a few moments of quiet reflection. You might arrive at your destination feeling calmer and more centered, despite the initial setback. So here's a challenge for you. The next time you face a challenge, resist the temptation to complain or vent. Instead, take a deep breath, focus on what you can control, and take action. Embrace the quiet strength that comes from within, and let your actions speak louder than your words. Remember, true strength is not about avoiding challenges, but about facing them with courage, resilience, and a Stoic mindset. By adopting this principle, you'll not only overcome obstacles more effectively, but also cultivate a deeper sense of inner peace and satisfaction. Lesson 2. Don't reveal your secrets. The Stoic art of discretion. Today we're going to explore another powerful Stoic key that will help you navigate life's complexities with grace and wisdom: the art of keeping your secrets. This doesn't mean you should become a mysterious hermit or avoid all forms of vulnerability, but the Stoics understood that not everything needs to be shared with everyone. The Stoics believed that our inner world, our thoughts, dreams, and vulnerabilities, is sacred. They recognized that sharing these intimate aspects of ourselves too freely can leave us exposed and vulnerable to being hurt. As the Stoic philosopher and statesman Seneca wisely advised, if you want to keep a secret, keep it to yourself. He understood that not everyone has our best interests at heart, and that sometimes the most painful wounds come from those closest to us. Think of your secrets as a precious treasure, something that should be guarded and cherished. By keeping them close, you're creating a safe space for yourself, a sanctuary where you can be vulnerable and authentic without fear of judgment or betrayal. This doesn't mean you should be completely closed off or isolated, but it does mean being mindful of whom you share your deepest thoughts and feelings with. It's about choosing your confidence wisely and building relationships based on mutual trust and respect. Keeping secrets isn't just about protecting yourself, it's also about cultivating self-control and discipline in a world that often encourages oversharing and instant gratification. The ability to hold back and exercise discretion is a valuable skill. Imagine you're working on an exciting project, something you're eager to share. Revealing your plans too soon could lead to unwanted opinions, doubts, or even discouragement. But by keeping your project secret until it's ready to be shared, you can maintain your focus, motivation, and creative freedom. So here's a challenge for you. Practice the art of discretion in your life. Be mindful of what you share and with whom. Cultivate a sense of self-control and protect your inner sanctuary. Remember, keeping secrets isn't about being reserved or deceptive. It's about honoring your own boundaries, respecting your vulnerability, and choosing wisely who you let into your inner circle. By mastering this Stoic principle, you'll not only protect yourself from potential harm, but also cultivate a deeper sense of self-confidence and inner peace. Lesson 3. Don't talk about your achievements, the silent power of humility. Now we move into a lesson about staying grounded, even when you're succeeding in life. Don't talk about your achievements. You might be thinking, shouldn't I celebrate my victories and share my success with my friends and family? And yes, it's important to recognize your achievements and feel proud of what you've accomplished. But the Stoics offer a nuanced perspective on this, emphasizing humility, inner focus, and the true meaning of success. The Stoics believed that true satisfaction comes from within, not from external validation or praise. They understood that boasting about your achievements can lead to arrogance, complacency, and even resentment from others. As Epictetus wisely said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. The Stoics believed that your actions should speak for themselves. Instead of boasting about your achievements, let your character, work ethic, and contributions to the world be your testament. Imagine a skilled gardener who spends years cultivating a beautiful garden. They don't need to shout about their accomplishments from the rooftops. The vibrant flowers, lush foliage, and abundant harvest are the true testament to their dedication and skill. Similarly, when you focus on doing your best, constantly improving and contributing to the world around you, your actions will speak for themselves. People will notice your dedication, competence, and genuine passion. In today's social media-driven world, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking external validation. We post our achievements online, hoping for likes and comments, and measure our worth by the number of followers we have. But the Stoics would argue that true personal value comes from within, not from the fleeting recognition of others. By focusing on your inner progress, on becoming the best version of yourself, you'll cultivate a sense of self-confidence and satisfaction that doesn't depend on external recognition. You'll find joy in the process of learning and growing, rather than solely in the outcome. So, here's a challenge for you. The next time you achieve something great, resist the temptation to boast or seek validation. Instead, take a moment to appreciate your hard work, acknowledge your growth, and then quietly move on to the next challenge. Let your actions be your loudest proclamation. Remember, true success isn't about the accolades or applause. It's about living a life of purpose, integrity, and continuous improvement. By adopting the Stoic principle of humility, you'll not only achieve greater satisfaction, but also inspire others through your silent strength and unwavering dedication. If you've made it this far because you desire to master Stoic wisdom, comment, "I think with clarity," to reaffirm your commitment to intelligence and focus. This is only the beginning of your journey toward a stronger, more decisive mind. Join us as we continue to discover the 9 keys that will make you stand out in any situation. Let's keep moving forward. Lesson 4. The strategic power of silence. Keep your next move a mystery. Now we're talking about strategy, patience, and a touch of mystery. We delve into the Stoic principle of keeping your next step silent. It's like being a chess master, making moves quietly while your opponent struggles to predict your next move. You might be thinking, shouldn't I share my goals and plans with others? Won't that help me stay accountable and get support? That's a good question, and there are times when sharing can be beneficial, but the Stoics teach us that there's also immense power in holding back, in keeping your cards close to your chest. The Stoics focused on what is within their control and accepted what isn't. They understood that the future is uncertain, and talking too much about your plans can create unnecessary pressure and distractions. As Epictetus wisely said, "First tell yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do." The Stoics believed in action over words. Instead of boasting about your future plans, focus on taking concrete steps toward your goals. Why keep your plans secret? There are several key reasons why the Stoics advocated for keeping your next moves secret. First, to protect your focus. When you share your plans with others, you open yourself to their opinions, doubts, and expectations. This can create unnecessary noise and distract you from your true purpose. By keeping your plans private, you can maintain laser focus on what matters most. Second, to avoid premature satisfaction. Announcing your goals can sometimes trick your brain into thinking you've already achieved them. This can lead to complacency and loss of motivation. By keeping your plans secret, you stay hungry and motivated to make them a reality. Third, to cultivate self-sufficiency. Relying too much on external validation and support can hinder your personal growth. By keeping your plans to yourself, you learn to trust your own judgment, make decisions independently, and take full responsibility for your journey. Let's bring this wisdom into the real world. Imagine you're working on a side project with hopes of turning it into your full-time job. Sharing your plans too soon could lead to well-meaning but discouraging advice, or even jealousy from others. By keeping your project secret until you've built a solid foundation, you protect yourself from negativity and stay focused on your vision. Or perhaps you're training for a marathon. Announcing your goal to everyone could create pressure to perform, even if you're not fully prepared. By keeping your training quiet, you can concentrate on your own progress and avoid unnecessary stress. So here's a challenge for you. The next time you're tempted to share your plans with the world, take a step back and consider the Stoic approach. Ask yourself, will sharing this help me achieve my goals or create unnecessary distractions? Will it empower me or make me dependent on external validation? Remember, keeping your next steps a mystery isn't about being reserved or deceptive. It's about being strategic, focused, and self-sufficient. It's about creating space for your dreams to grow and flourish without the noise and pressure of the outside world. Lesson 5. Don't talk about others. the Stoic path to a gossip-free zone. Now, we dive into a lesson about maintaining class and avoiding drama. Don't talk about others. In today's world, filled with social media and reality TV shows, gossip can seem like the main course, but the Stoics teach us that true wisdom and inner peace come from focusing on our own actions and character, not from judging or criticizing others. The Stoics believed that our energy is best used in personal improvement and contributing to the common good, not in idle conversations or negativity. They understood that gossip can be harmful, spreading rumors, damaging reputations, and creating unnecessary conflicts. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor and philosopher, wisely said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." The Stoics focused on living virtuously, not on pointing out others' flaws. Think of it this way: every minute you spend gossiping or judging others is a minute you're not dedicating to improving yourself or making a positive impact in the world. It's like getting caught up in a reality TV show instead of living your own amazing life. Instead of focusing on what others are doing or saying, direct your attention toward yourself. Focus on your own actions, your own thoughts, and your own personal growth. By cultivating self-awareness and self-discipline, you'll become a more positive and influential force in the world. The Stoics also recognize that our words and actions have a ripple effect. When we choose to avoid gossip and negativity, we create a more positive and supportive environment for ourselves and those around us. Imagine a workplace where everyone is focused on their own tasks and supporting each other instead of gossiping and backstabbing. It would be a much more productive, pleasant, and fulfilling place, wouldn't it? So here's a challenge for you. The next time you're tempted to engage in gossip or speak negatively about others, take a step back and choose the Stoic path. Focus on your own growth, cultivate compassion and understanding, and contribute to a more positive environment. Remember, true strength comes from within, not from tearing others down. By rising above gossip and focusing on your own journey, you'll not only find inner peace, but also inspire others to do the same. Lesson 6. Don't talk about your good deeds, the silent power of unspoken kindness. Now we arrive at a lesson about maintaining authenticity. Even when you're doing wonderful things in the world, don't talk about your good deeds. You might be thinking, shouldn't I share my good deeds to inspire others? Isn't it okay to feel good about helping others? And yes, there's truth in that. But the Stoics offer a unique perspective, emphasizing humility, internal motivation, and the true essence of virtue. The Stoics believed that true virtue lies in doing good for the sake of doing good, not for recognition or praise. They understood that boasting about your good deeds can lead to arrogance, self-righteousness, and even diminish the impact of the act itself. As Seneca wisely said, "The reward for a good deed is having done it." The Stoics believed that the satisfaction of acting virtuously is its own reward. You don't need external validation or applause to feel good about doing the right thing. Think of it this way. Imagine a quiet stream flowing through a forest, nourishing the plants and animals around it without seeking any recognition. Its gentle flow, its life-giving waters, speak for themselves about its contribution to the ecosystem, though it never utters a word. Similarly, when you perform acts of kindness without fanfare, your actions speak louder than any words. People will notice your generosity, your compassion, and your genuine desire to make a positive difference. In today's social media-driven world, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking external validation for our good deeds. We post about our charitable donations, our volunteer work, or our random acts of kindness, hoping for likes and comments. But the Stoics would argue that true virtue comes from internal motivation, not from the fleeting approval of others. By focusing on doing good for its own sake, You'll cultivate a genuine sense of compassion and selflessness. You'll find joy in the act of giving, rather than in the recognition it brings. So here's a challenge for you. The next time you do something kind or helpful, resist the temptation to broadcast it to the world. Instead, savor the quiet satisfaction of knowing you've made a positive impact. Let your actions be your testament, your silent contribution to a better world. Remember, true virtue isn't about the spotlight or the applause. It's about living a life of integrity, compassion, and selfless service. By adopting the Stoic principle of unspoken kindness, you'll not only improve the world but also cultivate a deeper sense of inner peace and satisfaction. Lesson 7. The Stoic Shield. Protect your weaknesses. Build inner strength. Lesson 7 addresses a crucial aspect of self-preservation and growth. Don't talk about your weaknesses. This may sound contradictory in a world that often promotes vulnerability and openness, but the Stoics offer a different perspective, one that emphasizes self-awareness, resilience, and strategic silence. The Stoics recognize that while acknowledging our flaws is essential for growth, broadcasting our vulnerabilities can leave us exposed and susceptible to manipulation or harm. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely noted, the person who reveals their weaknesses to the world is like a city without walls. Before we dive deeper, let's clarify the distinction between flaws and weaknesses. Flaws are imperfections or errors in our character that we can acknowledge and work to improve. Recognizing our flaws is a crucial part of self-improvement. Weaknesses, on the other hand, are vulnerabilities that can be exploited, triggering emotional upheaval or impulsive actions. They are the cracks in our armor, the areas where we are most susceptible to external influence or attack. The Stoics believed that true strength doesn't come from exposing our weaknesses, but from quietly working to overcome them. By keeping our vulnerabilities private, we protect ourselves from those who might attempt to exploit them, whether intentionally or not. Imagine you tend to feel overwhelmed by stress. Sharing this openly could lead others to pile more work on you or take advantage of your good nature. But by silently developing coping mechanisms and building resilience, you'll be able to navigate stressful situations with greater ease and confidence. So here's a challenge for you. Instead of focusing on or broadcasting your weaknesses, focus on transforming them into strengths. Use silence as a tool for introspection and self-improvement. Identify your vulnerabilities, develop strategies to overcome them, and let your actions speak louder than your words. Remember, true strength comes from within, not from external validation or pity. By adopting the Stoic principle of protecting your weaknesses, you'll not only shield yourself from harm, but also cultivate a quiet confidence and resilience that will allow you to face any challenge. Lesson 8. The Unspoken Dream. Nurture your aspirations in the quiet of your heart. Now we dive into the fascinating world of dreams and aspirations, but with a Stoic twist. We explore why it's often wiser to keep your deepest dreams close to your heart, nurturing them in the quiet of your inner world. You might be thinking, shouldn't I share my dreams with others? Won't that help keep me motivated and accountable? And yes, there is definitely value in sharing your aspirations with trusted friends and mentors, but the Stoics teach us that there is also unique power in holding back, in allowing your dreams to germinate and grow in the fertile soil of your own mind. The Stoics focused on what is within their control and accepted what isn't. They understood that while dreams are beautiful and inspiring, they are also fragile. Sharing them too early or with the wrong people can expose them to doubt, negativity, and even ridicule. As Seneca, the Stoic philosopher and playwright, wisely said, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which depends on tomorrow and wastes today." The Stoics believed in living in the present moment, focusing on taking action toward your goals, rather than getting caught up in the fantasy of the future. Let's explore some reasons why the Stoics advocated for keeping your deepest dreams close to your heart. First, to protect your vulnerability. Dreams are often deeply connected to our sense of identity. Sharing them too freely can make us feel exposed and vulnerable, especially if we encounter skepticism or negativity. By keeping your dreams private, you create a safe space for them to grow and evolve without external interference. Second, to maintain intrinsic motivation. The Stoics believed that true motivation comes from within, not from external validation or pressure. When you share your dreams with others, you might become more focused on seeking their approval than on pursuing your own passions. By keeping your dreams secret, you stay connected to your intrinsic motivation, the fire that burns within you. Third, to cultivate patience and resilience. Big dreams often take time and effort to achieve. Sharing them prematurely can create unrealistic expectations and lead to disappointment if progress is slow. By keeping your dreams close, you can focus on the journey, celebrate small victories, and develop the patience and resilience needed to overcome obstacles. Let's bring this Stoic wisdom into the real world. Imagine you dream of creating a non-profit organization to help underserved communities. Sharing your plans too soon could lead to well-meaning but discouraging advice or even skepticism about your ability to succeed. By keeping your dreams secret until you've laid the foundation, you protect yourself from negativity and stay focused on your mission. Or perhaps you're an aspiring artist, working tirelessly to develop your skills and create a unique masterpiece. Sharing your work too soon could lead to harsh criticism or comparisons to others. By keeping your creations private until you're ready to share them with the world, you can cultivate your own artistic voice and avoid unnecessary doubt. So here's a challenge for you. The next time you're filled with excitement about a dream, take a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, will sharing this dream help me achieve it or create unnecessary distractions? Will it empower me or make me dependent on external validation? Remember, keeping your deepest dreams secret isn't about being reserved or ashamed. It's about creating a sacred space for your aspirations to grow and flourish, free from the noise and expectations of the outside world. It's about trusting your own inner compass and allowing your dreams to unfold at their own pace. Lesson 9. The Sanctuary of Solitude. Embrace the quiet strength within you. In our final lesson of this series, we explore the deep value of solitude and why the Stoics believed in keeping these sacred private moments. In today's hyper-connected world, solitude is often seen as something to be avoided. We are constantly bombarded with messages telling us to be social, to connect, to never be alone. But the Stoics saw solitude not as a weakness, but as a source of strength, clarity, and deep connection with oneself. The Stoics understood that true self-discovery and inner peace are often found in quiet contemplation, away from the noise and distractions of the world. They recognized that solitude provides the space to reflect on our values, confront our fears, and cultivate a deeper sense of self-sufficiency. As Seneca beautifully said, "Solitude is the poverty of self. Solitude is the richness of self." The Stoics believed that solitude isn't about being lonely, it's about being present with yourself, nurturing your inner world, and finding contentment in your own company. Let's explore some reasons why the Stoics advocated for keeping your moments of solitude private. First, to protect your inner sanctuary. Solitude is a precious gift, a time to connect with your deepest thoughts and feelings. Sharing these intimate moments too freely can dilute their power and make you feel vulnerable. By keeping your solitude sacred, you create a safe haven for self-discovery and personal growth. Second, to avoid misinterpretation. Not everyone understands the value of solitude. Some may see it as a sign of loneliness or social awkwardness. By keeping your solitary practices private, you avoid unnecessary judgment and protect the integrity of your inner journey. Third, to cultivate self-sufficiency. In solitude, we learn to rely on ourselves for comfort, guidance, and inspiration. We develop a deeper sense of self-confidence and inner strength. Sharing these moments too often can create a dependence on external validation, undermining the self-sufficiency that solitude fosters. Let's bring this Stoic wisdom into the real world. Imagine you have a daily meditation practice that helps you center yourself and find clarity. Sharing this practice with others could lead to well-meaning but distracting questions or even skepticism. By keeping your meditation practice private, you protect its sacredness and maintain its transformative power. Or perhaps you enjoy taking long walks in nature, allowing your mind to wander and your creativity to flow. Sharing these solitary moments too often could lead others to want to join you, interrupting the quiet contemplation that fuels your inspiration. By keeping these walks to yourself, you preserve their unique magic and creative potential. So here's a challenge for you. Make time for solitude in your life and treat it as a sacred practice. Whether it's meditating, journaling, spending time in nature, or simply sitting in silence, create space for quiet contemplation and self-discovery. Remember, solitude isn't about isolation, it's about cultivating a deep connection with yourself. By embracing the richness of solitude, you'll tap into your inner wisdom, nurture your creativity, and build a foundation of strength and resilience that will serve you well in all areas of your life. True intelligence is not measured by how much you know, but by how you handle what you cannot control. The 9 Stoic keys are not simple strategies, they are principles that redefine how you face life. Have you ever wondered how many times you've wasted energy on things you cannot change? Being the smartest isn't about having all the answers, it's about having the wisdom to know when to be silent, when to act, and when to let go. In the end, the most powerful mind is one that doesn't seek to control the world, but to master itself. How well do you master your own mind? I'm excited to hear your stories of overcoming challenges on this topic. Share your victories, your struggles, and your experiences. If you're unsure what to comment, write, "I strengthen my wisdom," to show that you've completed our session. Your voice is essential here. Each reflection strengthens and elevates our community, reflecting the true value of each individual and contributing to our shared Stoic identity. We'll see each other in our next session at Stoicism for Winners, where we will continue exploring the riches of Stoic wisdom applied to modern life. Now take the opportunity to expand your understanding of Stoicism with new recommended sessions. Until we meet again, remember, you are the sole owner of your perception, the creator of your peace, and the warrior of your own battle. This is the legacy of Stoicism, the art of being invincible.